Tonight's headlines: huge factory explosion in North Carolina. Bush prescription drug plan runs into immediate trouble. Saddam responds to President Bush with new threat. Also tonight, a CBS News exclusive. Just watch as hundreds of people walk right over supposedly secure U.S. borders. A mystery child is identified. Now the search is on for the man who left him in a store. And Eye on America, cloning your pet. On second thought, it may not be such a good idea.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. A search and rescue operation is underway tonight in North Carolina after a large and deadly explosion destroyed a medical device factory. The cause of the blast is under investigation. It happened at midday, and it's feared many workers were trapped in flaming wreckage. The plant is about 70 miles southeast of Raleigh in Kinston, North Carolina. CBS's Mark Strassman is there. Mark?
Dan, at least 2 people are confirmed dead. 20 other people are known to be injured in the aftermath of an afternoon explosion here. This factory, a maker of emergency products, is now the emergency.
By all accounts, it was a massive explosion. Windows rattled miles away, and the factory, a manufacturer of pharmaceutical plastics, instantly leveled. Pieces of the building were also blown miles away, still smoldering.
The house was shaking, and the windows was rattling. Felt like the chair I was in had me going one side, and I was shaking in the chair. And I said, oh my Lord, what in the world is that? At
sundown, rescue workers are on a desperate search for at least 7 people still missing and feared to be trapped inside what's left of the burning factory. West Pharmaceutical employs about 225 people in the small town of Kinston. Many are watching and waiting for a call to hear from loved ones.
I can't even describe the feelings that we have as far as the uncertainty and the fear for not only for him, but for the people who work there with him.
Witnesses saw debris fly hundreds of feet into the air and fire shoot from the building when the explosion hit. Many of the 115 people inside were badly, even critically injured.
We have many individuals that were burned and have been moved to different hospitals in North Carolina at that burn zone.
Billowing clouds of black smoke from burning plastics are slowing firefighters' efforts, and it may be tomorrow before they can get into the building to search for more victims.
The explosion's cause is unclear, but appears to be internal. The fire is still going on, and most of the building is too hot for firefighters to go in and look for those missing. So right now, emergency workers are going through what smoking debris they can find with flashlights, again looking for at least 7 people still missing from this explosion. Dan?
Mark Strassman in Kinston, North Carolina. The possibility is growing that President Bush may have made a major miscalculation on a key domestic policy. It is the president's version of a prescription drug plan for seniors that would switch some of them out of Medicare and into HMOs. This has run into a blast of criticism, and not just from Democrats. CBS's Joey Chen is covering the effort at damage control on Capitol Hill. Joey?
Dan, the idea of tying prescription drug coverage to some sort of privatized HMO-style Medicare ran into stiff and immediate resistance on Capitol Hill.
Last night, the president offered only a broad outline of a $400 billion prescription drug benefit in his State of the Union address. But more surprisingly, today, at an event in Michigan designed to unveil the plan before an audience of healthcare professionals, even the backdrop suggested details would be forthcoming, but they just weren't there. Back on Capitol Hill, Republican leaders downplayed expectations and said they had nothing from the White House either.
You're way ahead of us. We're not even close to understanding what the president's going to propose.
And the new majority leader took to the Senate floor to reassure seniors that the president wouldn't take away the Medicare coverage they now depend on.
That they will, in this vision that he paints, have the option for not changing anything, for keeping it just the way it is.
What happened here is that members of Mr. Bush's own party, including the chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, made it clear they couldn't back this plan. So now it's back to the drawing board and yet another delay for seniors in need of prescription drug care. Dan?
Joey Chen reporting live at the Capitol. The heart of last night's State of the Union address came when the president got around to Iraq and his stepped-up campaign to build a case for war. There was plenty of reaction to the president's words today, and as Chief White House correspondent John Roberts reports, Saddam himself was first in line.
Saddam Hussein today vowed to break the neck of the United States if it attacks. President Bush today vowed it's Saddam who will be broken.
In my judgment, you don't contain Saddam Hussein. You don't hope that therapy will somehow change his evil mind.
How he will be broken, said Mr. Bush, is up to Saddam. The Secretary of State today offered up two ways out. Saddam could hand over his weapons or take his top lieutenants and leave.
We would, I'm sure, try to help find a place for them to go. And so that certainly would be one way to avoid war.
At the moment, war seems the more likely course. President Bush laid out the case that Saddam is hiding weapons and cozying up to terrorists in his State of the Union last night. Colin Powell took the argument to skeptical allies today in interviews with 5 European networks. Next week, he'll lay out evidence of what the White House calls Saddam's deception before the United Nations Security Council. Skeptical council members said today the bar will be high.
We would like to see undeniable proof. Okay?
Already, at least one piece of evidence is in question.
Iraqi intelligence officers are posing as the scientists inspectors are supposed to interview.
UN weapons inspectors said if that were true, they'd know. They also disputed the president's claim that aluminum tubes imported by Iraq were destined for its nuclear program. And they again urged Mr. Bush to slow down his march to war.
I still believe that we have not exhausted the possibility for a peaceful resolution of the issue, and I would continue to plead for more time.
For their part, the Iraqis stayed defiant.
You cannot provide one piece of evidence.
But they did bend a bit to the mounting pressure, reluctantly agreeing to be more proactive in their cooperation.
The White House saw that as just another play for time, but for Saddam Hussein, time is running out. In fact, a small group of U.S. Special Forces soldiers are already on the ground in northern Iraq. Dan?
John Roberts reporting live from the White House. Saddam Hussein's government was quick to respond to President Bush's tough talk for home consumption in Iraq. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer reports from Baghdad.
In an unusual display of openness tonight, one of Saddam Hussein's top advisors went on national television to answer questions about President Bush's State of the Union speech and Iraq's weapons. The usual approach to news stories that challenge Saddam's regime is a blackout. The stories are simply ignored, or Saddam himself lectures the people. But tonight, the head of the Iraqi monitoring agency gave a point-by-point rebuttal of President Bush's accusations that Iraq is not cooperating with the UN and is hiding banned weapons. The answers weren't new. Iraq is clean, said the general, who explained that its chemical and biological weapons stocks were never good enough to make into weapons anyway. But the effort to explain all this to Iraqis is a first.
Iraq may be obliged to explain itself to the United Nations. What's different here is Saddam Hussein's government is explaining its position to the people. It's a telltale signal that the regime realizes they're neither as ignorant nor as passive as it would like. Elizabeth Palmer, CBS News, Baghdad.
So how are the American people responding to the president's words? To get a sense of it, we want to follow up on our report last night, a kind of unofficial repertorial taking of the national pulse at a stressful time. Here's Jim Axelrod.
Remember the folks at the Silver Skillet in Atlanta? That flag-in-the-window diner where confusion was the order of the day, headed into the State of the Union.
And I don't think he's made it very clear to us about what his plans are.
Well, coming out of it.
Well, he moved me a little more toward moving against Iraq.
The president seemed to clear things up.
I think President Bush made a strong case in favor of the war.
But before declaring victory, the White House might want to check in with Ann McAndrews in Larchmont, New York.
You do feel differently today, or you don't feel differently today?
I don't feel any differently.
She's the mother of a 24-year-old naval flight officer at Whidbey Island Naval Air Station, who could be called on to fly a radar buster like this one into Iraq.
The course of this nation does not depend on the decisions of others.
Ann McAndrews says the president still hasn't made the case to talk like that.
I'm telling you, I turned to my husband and said, John, did he just declare war? And he said, yeah, I think he just did.
Ann McAndrews doesn't say she can't be convinced. It's just even after a State of the Union she calls quite strong, she's still waiting to be convinced. And if Ann McAndrews is any indication of what other Americans are feeling inside their homes, then George Bush still has some work to do in the days and weeks to come.
What are the risks? What are the imperatives? Why are they doing this?
Mr. Bush may have put doubts to rest for many last night, but at least one military mom still has more questions than answers.
That's him.
The critical issue now, how many more are there like her? Jim Axelrod, CBS News, New York.
On the CBS Market Watch, troubled AOL Time Warner announced another change at the top today. Ted Turner is stepping down as vice chairman. On Wall Street, some investors went bear market bargain hunting. That helped drive the Dow up about 22 points. The Nasdaq gained nearly 16. The Congressional Budget Office today raised its estimate of this year's federal budget deficit to $199 billion and raised next year's to $145 billion. And that does not include the cost of President Bush's proposed new tax cuts or the cost of a possible new war. As we reported last night, at least 44 states are now facing deep budget deficits as well. Voters in one of those states, Oregon, have now rejected tax increases to cover the deficit there. As a result, Oregon schools may have to close a month early, and there may be cuts in other vital services. Coming up next on the CBS Evening News, an exclusive look at a stunning security lapse. Watch as hundreds of people illegally cross U.S. borders. This is how easily terrorists could stroll into the United States.
Since I had my bypass surgery, I have a new outlook on life. I don't sweat the small stuff. I take time to stop and smell the roses. And I enjoyed life's little surprises. And on a more serious note, I take Zocor. Along with diet and exercise, Zocor lowered my cholesterol to where it should be. Zocor is also proven to significantly reduce the risk of heart attack among people with high cholesterol and heart disease. And in the past 10 years, more than 140 million prescriptions have been filled for Zocor.
Zocor is a prescription medication and is not for everyone, including women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant, or people with liver problems. Your doctor may do blood tests to check for liver problems because serious side effects can result. Tell your doctor about any muscle pain or weakness you experience and about any medicines you are taking.
Along with diet and exercise, ask your doctor about Zocor and take care of yourself. It's your future. Be there.
Now you can help manage your diabetes anytime, anywhere with Glucerna, delicious bars and shakes that are clinically proven to help manage glucose levels. Try Glucerna. It's time for a taste of freedom.
For unbearable, dry, itchy skin, there's a lotion so effective it's in the itch care aisle. Lanacane Body Lotion. It's medicated, vitamin-enriched, helps heal itch-causing dryness, even through a winter's nap. Lanacane Body Lotion.
Wake up, Grandma, wake up! I'm hungry!
I'm up, but this arthritis pain.
The moment of choice. Tylenol or Advil? What do you take for arthritis pain?
Advil's the choice for me.
Truth is, only Advil liquid gels give you advanced liquid-filled capsules. Can't get that from Tylenol. Advil liquid gels rush long-lasting relief where you need it, and it's gentle on your stomach. For fast relief, advance to Advil.
After a meal like this, all you want to feel in your stomach is a good belly laugh. That's why for gassy foods, there's Beano. Taken right before you eat, Beano's natural enzyme helps prevent gas before it even starts. Enjoy food without gas.
We all have to wash our face. Why not use that time to make your skin look firmer too?
Rock introduces Protein Lift Daily Firming Cleanser. Protein penetrates to visibly lift and firm skin in just 2 weeks. Rock, we keep our promises.
You bet they do.
At a hearing tomorrow, a Senate committee will examine evidence that U.S. Homeland Security is threatened by tremendous gaps in its front lines of defense, the national parks straddling America's borders. The senators will see proof that those gaps are being exploited, and CBS's Cheryl Atkinson obtained an exclusive preview.
You're looking at night surveillance video along the Arizona-Mexico border.
Those dark spots moving around the RV campers are illegal aliens sneaking into the U.S. through what's supposed to be a secure and protected national park. At another national park in Arizona, a human convoy walks unchallenged into the U.S. As amazing as it may seem, things are just as bad, if not worse, than before September 11th, according to a man who helps watch the park borders.
It's going on every single night.
With the Border Patrol responsible for all U.S. borders but short-staffed, it's left up to the Park Service to police their own. National parks account for 10% of the Canadian border and nearly 40% of the Mexican border, and a scant 40 Park Service agents do the job. That makes tempting entry points for foreign criminals like the one who gunned down Ranger Chris Eggles in Organ Pipe National Park. Even the rangers themselves worry the parks are an open invitation for potential terrorists.
There's indications that there are other people from other countries, including the Middle East, that are coming across our borders.
No one seems certain about who to blame for the giant security lapse, but some critics point the finger at the Interior Department itself, which oversees the parks, saying it lacks focus, organization, and training. What's worse, some park rangers complain they're ordered to look the other way.
They are to let traffic flow freely across the international boundary, and they are not to enforce the United States customs and immigration laws.
Kendrick, who used to be a ranger himself, blames park superintendents with no law enforcement training and little understanding of what's at stake. Now Congress is trying to figure out how to plug the holes. Until someone comes up with an answer, stealing into the U.S., even in these dangerous times, is as easy as a walk in the park. Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, Washington.
In the war in Afghanistan, U.S. and Afghan government troops are scouring a big enemy cave complex after a battle in the southeastern mountains. The fighting that started late Monday near the town of Spin Boldak left 18 fighters, Pakistani and or Afghan, dead and 2 captured. No U.S. or allied casualties are reported. U.S. forces found several weapons caches as they began searching a network of at least 130 caves at the site. You're watching the CBS Evening News, and up next, who would abandon a child in a department store? Police now know the identity of the man on the store's surveillance video.
Don't you love nurseries, Pollen? Look at that runny nose and those itchy eyes.
Yeah, ragweed, it doesn't get better than this.
Seasonal allergies live to make you miserable, but Allegra is specifically designed to block the histamine that triggers so many symptoms. Maybe that's why it's the #1 prescription antihistamine.
Looks like our little garden party's over.
You can thank Allegra for that.
For people 12 and over, side effects are low and may include headache, cold, or back pain. Ask your doctor about Allegra.
Allegra schmalegra.
Allegra, so much relief for so many symptoms.
Still scratching that itchy scalp? Scratching isn't healthy for it. Maximum Strength Scalpicin promotes a healthier scalp. It stops itching, stops scratching. Not a shampoo, Maximum Strength Scalpicin is a clear, odorless liquid with the itch medicine doctors recommend. Plus scalp nourishing aloe. Promote a healthier scalp with Scalpicin.
Wish your dentures were this comfortable? Bob's denture adhesive is C-Bond.
Bought it for hold, love it for comfort.
Only C-Bond clings wall to wall with 3 strong adhesives in a thin velvet soft wafer. No gaps, no ooze. C-Bond, buy it for hold.
Love it for comfort.
Chilly nights at the firehouse mean heartburn and gas. These don't have the medicine to relieve both, but Gas X with Maalox does, combining the heartburn relief of Maalox with the power of Gas X to beat the burn and the bloat fast.
Jimmy?
If you could take a walk in your kids' shoes, it'd be easier to understand what they go through, the pressures they face, the decisions they have to make, and why it's important you talk with them about things like not smoking. So when the pressure is on,
oh, hey, you want a cigarette?
they'll make the right decision.
Hey, Dad.
Talk to your kids about not smoking. They'll listen.
Oh, there's Carlina. She has never taken a single sick day. Ever.
How you handle a tough cold says a lot about you.
Last week, all of Small Appliances was out with a nasty cold, but not Carlina.
What's Carlina's secret? Tylenol Cold Severe Congestion. It provides triple action nasal, chest, and head relief.
Attention, the October Employee of the Month, Carlina.
Tylenol Cold Severe Congestion.
Police in Salt Lake City got a break today in the case of an abandoned child. Who could be cruel enough to take a 3-year-old boy to a department store, a boy too young to know his own full name, and just leave him there? CBS's Bill Whitaker reports police now have a pretty good idea.
It looks innocent enough on surveillance video. A man and boy hand in hand enter a Salt Lake City store. But inside, off camera, the man puts the child in a shopping cart, gives him a toy, then 5 minutes later walks out by himself, leaving the 3-year-old in the toy department, in the cart, all alone.
He's just cute as can be. He's just an adorable little kid. And he was abandoned in a store.
After scouring missing person reports since Saturday, police knew only what the 3-year-old knew. His name, Jonathan Jacob. His mother's name, Janet or Jeanette. Then late today, the FBI in Reno, Nevada revealed a tip from someone who recognized the picture. The boy's name is Jonathan Jacob Corpuz. Police now are looking for this man, Lyle Montgomery.
We believe that he is a stepfather. There is some conflict as to whether or not the mother and he were legitimately married or not.
Jonathan Jacob remains in foster care tonight. Social workers say he's bright, polite, healthy, and frightened.
Obviously, it's emotionally devastating to not know where your mom is. And he keeps saying, "Where's my mommy? I want to see mommy."
Authorities don't know where his mother is, whether she's involved, whether she's safe. They say Lyle Montgomery has a history of domestic violence. Police say Montgomery could be far from Salt Lake City now. When or if he is apprehended, he could face criminal charges of child neglect, abandonment, and kidnapping. Dan?
Live from Los Angeles, Bill Whitaker. A judge in Florida ruled today there is no basis to seek child protection or take action against CloneAid, the company that claims it created the first human clone, a baby girl. CloneAid's president says the clone in question is living in Israel and also claims the company created 2 other human clones. The judge said today there's no evidence any clones exist. Next here on the CBS Evening News Eye on America, a scientific hissy fit over the world's first cloned house pet, Cece the cat. What went wrong? Find out next.
Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now. Gotta go.
If you've always got to go, ask your doctor about Detrol LA. It's been proven effective for overactive bladder.
Anyone need a break?
Not right now.
You shouldn't take it if you have stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems. The most common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, abdominal pain, and headache.
And I don't have to go right now.
Detrol LA. When you've always got to go. Ensure
laughter,
ensure
tears,
ensure
life.
Millions of people are discovering Ensure. It gives you complete balanced nutrition when you can't have foods like these. Ensure, to your health.
We all have to wash our face. Why not use that time to make your skin look firmer too?
Rock introduces Protein Lift Daily Firming Cleanser. Protein penetrates to visibly lift and firm skin in just 2 weeks. Rock, we keep our promises.
You bet they do.
With Crest White Strips, the strip stays for 30 minutes, so it whitens 5 times better.
Now we're talking.
Crest White Strips. The secret to a whiter smile is in the strip.
It's open house time at your local Miracle Ear Hearing Aid Center, and that means savings up to $1,000 on select digital hearing systems. Experience the clarity of digital hearing aids with this exceptional limited time offer that speaks loud and clear. This offer can't last forever, so call this toll-free number or visit any of our 1,000 Miracle Ear locations nationwide, including many in Sears stores. But do it today. This sale ends February 19th.
Coming up on News Channel 5 at 6, a controversy in Tullahoma. The airport there is buying expensive terrorism insurance. Do they really need it? The full story at 6.
CBS ends tonight with news of science, an update on the world's first cloned house pet. The cat's out of the bag. It's now clear she did not turn out exactly as planned. CBS's Bob McNamara reports tonight's Eye on America.
She was cloning's cover girl, the world's first cat from a Texas A&M test tube, and named Cece for carbon copy. But a year-old and feline fine, Cece the calico cat is more a reasonable facsimile than a perfect match. Compared to her genetic donor Rainbow, whose coat is orange, brown, and tan, and her body bulky, Cece's coat is gray on white, her body sleek and active.
People ought to know that cloning at this point is inefficient and inefficient.
From the beginning, scientists here have been careful to say that the best that cloning does is reproduce the original, not resurrect it. The question is, if Cece doesn't look or act like the original, can the commercial cloning of pets really succeed?
Cece is just about the worst thing that could have happened to our business in terms of a first instance of cat cloning.
CBS News has learned that California Gene Bank Genetic Savings and Clone has now withdrawn its multi-million-dollar backing of Texas A&M's pet cloning project and gone elsewhere. This calico cat at the heart of it.
Calicos are a genetic oddity. They're the one breed of cat and dog that won't clone with the results that you want.
Hawthorne says Texas A&M researchers ignored his gene bank's request to clone a Himalayan cat first. But A&M's Mark Westutian argues that a calico succeeded only after many attempts to clone a Himalayan failed.
She just didn't work. That cell line in particular just didn't work. We produced several pregnancies, but none of them ever survived to term.
The first test tube cat was the first step toward cloning the first dog from Missy, owned by a founder of Genetic Savings and Clone, a project that promises success soon.
We expect it before the end of the year, and we expect it in the context of a whole litter of Missies. And they will look exactly like their donor. We guarantee it.
In the meantime, researchers here caution that anyone wanting a duplicate of a calico cat they might own should adopt one. In College Station, Texas, Bob McNamara for Eye on America.
And that's part of our world. CBS News has a lot more for you tonight, beginning at 9, 8 Central, with 60 Minutes, too.
You didn't stab anybody.
No. He didn't kill anybody, but he's doing life for murder. How could that be? Plus, a common medicine's dangerous side effects on 60 Minutes, too.
Then on 48 Hours Investigates, when a husband is accused of murdering his young wife, he admits he's no angel. But he says, look closely. Was it murder at all?
For the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting from New York. I'll see you again soon, 9, 8 Central, on 60 Minutes, too.
For news 24 hours a day, go to cbsnews.com. AOL keyword CBS News. Premature births. Why are they way up? A Health Watch report tomorrow. Experience CBS News.